Thanks for joining and taking the time to listen to Synergy Flavors Trendcast. My name is Alex Masumoto. I'm a marketing associate at Synergy Flavors in the United States. And joining me today, I have my colleague, Chris Whiting, who is the category manager for savory and nutrition in the UK. And also I have Sarah O'Neill, who is the marketing manager for food ingredients at our parent company, Carberry. In this Trendcast, we're going to talk about the volume 2 of Flavors of the Future report. Well, Flavors of the Future, which had its first volume released in 2018, it's a research that highlights the rising stars of flavors for the sports nutrition segment, and it's influenced by a certain region. While the first volume, the research was focused on new and inspirational flavors from Latin and North America, and we forecasted 17 new flavor trends, including flavors like pitaya, acai, and alfajores, inspired by Latin America, but we also had yuzu, turmeric, matcha, and birthday cake flavors that were influenced by North America. And you can see some of the flavors in the market right now. It's worth it to mention that Synergy adopted a different methodology, researching the flavors of the future for sports nutrition, and we're calling this research process as the journey of discovery. And it really is a fascinating journey. For this flavor forecast report, we went well beyond a typical research project to represent an in-depth analysis of the trends that will captivate the sports nutrition market in the near but also in the longer term future. Based on that, the journey of discovery started by harvesting ideas and inspiration from influential bloggers and food writers. Social media also played a big role in the research as we studied platforms like Instagram and Pinterest, where you have a lot of content related to food ingredients, recipes, and flavors across a variety of categories. So it was an important tool for us to understand what was trending in some of the countries that were part of the research. Then we were able to benchmark all this information with real data, such as product launches and global search trends, using tools like Google Trends, so we could understand the consumer interest over time to determine flavors. Finally, we refined the list to create our flavor forecast, and we have divided the flavor trends into four categories: emerging, growing, mainstream, and established with global potential. So the idea behind dividing the flavor trends into four categories, it's because these flavors are in a different moment in the innovation life cycle. So we have emerging flavors. They are ahead of the curve, new to the consumers, and generally too novel to be on the menus. But we also have growing flavors. They are starting to appear in food products with potential to mainstream in the near future. As mainstream, they are regarded as normal or conventional in a segment and poised to work in sports nutrition applications. Established with global potential. So here we have well-established flavors in a certain region with potential for global appeal. So here we have examples of well-known desserts in a certain location that could, be exported to other countries as well. Based on all that, I think we covered in a very summarized way how the research was conducted. And I want to pass on to Chris Whiting now. Chris, the volume one of the Flavors of the Future focused on Latin and North America, mostly because these two markets have grown a lot in the past few years and have been an inspiration for innovation worldwide. Chris, could you tell us why we chose the Mediterranean for the second volume of the Flavors of the Future and what were the findings the research presented?
Hi, Alex. Obviously, you've talked us through the methodology behind Flavors of the Future, and those data points kind of naturally played a huge part in picking the Mediterranean as our focus region. But also, I think there's a really exciting story to tell with the Mediterranean through Mediterranean flavors. The Mediterranean basin is sort of the birthplace of civilization. It's got a great culinary history, cuisines like Italian, Greek, Spanish, Southern French being really well known and really highly regarded, kind of across the globe, really. But as well as that, you've also got a few more nichey, trendy cuisines in there. So think of things coming through from North African regions or from Middle Eastern regions, and they're really the cuisines that there's a lot of buzz about in terms of blogs and in terms of really trendy chefs. So there's a lot of excitement in the region, and as a result, I think it gives us a really good opportunity to pick out some really great flavors. To be honest, some are going to be really quite well known, but others are going to be more niche, really, and perhaps not as well known to the average consumer. And I kind of like the balance of flavors that the Mediterranean gives us as well. Obviously, last year we looked at North America and Latin America. Obviously, you had some fruit profiles coming through those, but it was very, heavy on indulgent desserts, things like alfajores, tres leches, birthday cake from America, or s'mores. A lot of indulgent profiles, and I think the Mediterranean gives us those indulgent profiles, things like baklava or gianduja. But I think there's really a lot of nice, refreshing fruit profiles as well. So pomegranates or apricots, things that have a really kind of light, summery feel to them. So I think there's a really exciting mix of flavors in the Mediterranean. I think it makes a really exciting region to focus on.
Thank you, Chris. Very exciting findings. We hope the results of this research can work as a guide for sports nutrition companies to innovate and ensure they remain on trend with their products. I'd like to ask Sarah now. Sarah, we have a great research that showed us all these very interesting flavors, but could you give us your thoughts on why flavors are such a big product driver and can act as a key differentiator for the sports nutrition category?
Hi, Alex. Well, sports nutrition is such a fast moving industry, and brands are always looking to launch new and exciting flavour variations and formats to stay current and front of mind for their own consumers. Data from Mintel has shown us that 75% of consumers are influenced by flavour choice when they purchase a sports nutrition product. So, exciting flavour profiles, seasonal flavours, and limited time offers are really great ways to grab consumers' attention. With the Flavours of the Future research, we wanted to help our customers' products to stand out in such a really competitive and crowded sports nutrition market.
And could you tell us some of the other standout trends for sports nutrition in 2020?
So personalised nutrition will be a key trend to look out for, taking inspiration from the vitamins and minerals approach. New ways to consume protein will also be another key trend. And I think that exciting consumers through textures and flavours is also big on the radar. We will continue to see a more considered or mindful approach to consumption, with sports nutrition enthusiasts not only focused on taste and nutrition, but also demanding more in terms of ethical, environmental, and clean label requirements. I believe that up to 50% of consumers in North America are concerned that these products contain too many artificial ingredients. So this will be a key area for innovators to address in future, cleaning up labels and making sure that they're friendly for consumers.
Well, in the Flavors of the Future report, we have 10 flavors that are trending in the Mediterranean. But what applications are the flavors mainly suitable for?
Our focus for Flavours of the Future is primarily sports nutrition. And these days that includes consumers across many age groups, backgrounds, and all with different health and nutrition goals. The flavours have been specially developed for products including protein bars and snacks, dairy and plant-based protein powders, and ready-to-drink beverages. So a wide variety of applications to choose from.
Thank you, Sarah. I think this wraps it up all the topics that we wanted to cover in today's Trendcast. I'd like to remind you that the Flavors of the Future report is available for download at our website. So if you go to synergytaste.com/flavors of the future, you can download the report now. But also you can easily find Synergy Flavors through our social media pages, where we have more information about the flavors of the future as well. I would like to thank Chris and Sarah for joining me today, and I would like to thank you for joining the Flavors of the Future Trendcast. See you next time.